Hello, party people. How's it going? What's up? How are you? It has been a while since I made a video. Almost or approaching another full moon. So it's almost been 20, 30 days or so, probably since I've made tuned in here. So yeah, there's been a lot going on. And because man, life has been crazy for me. So many ups and downs and intense um, surrenders or manifestations, I guess you could say. Riding the wave, getting caught in these flows. It's insane to see how much we are being supported right now in this time and being activated and sent the people who you need to be in contact with. And it's like people from our past, maybe we met them earlier in the year or earlier, they're coming back around right now. And it's like we had to meet them earlier in our lives to add a piece, then go our separate ways, learn stuff. And then, hey, they're coming back in and it's like perfect synchronicity, perfectly synchronized to help you in some way, and you're helping them in some way. So it's been really cool in my world to experience this. It's also been pretty rocky with the purging process of us continuing to. We had so many retrogrades, so we were being forced to bring up all this old stuff that still needed attention and bringing up things from our past, maybe even having to revisit jobs or work or struggle, that we feel like we're ready to be over with and through, but it still needed deeper layers of clearing or healing there or attention, wrapping up unfinished business. So, that's what's been going on. The past week, though, it kind of took a turn for the better, and man, things are just falling into place, aligning, connecting the dots, feeling like this huge like, oh, I get it. It's patience. That's what this year's been learning the most, I think, is how we can surrender, how we can trust, how we can truly trust the process and know that there's something greater that is helping us along this process. Our ego self wants to think it knows what's best and it wants to, if there's a problem, it's going to think, and try to figure it out. And often what that leads to is us blocking our manifestations, unfortunately. The universe and God, they want it wants us to get what we want because we're God, we're the creator beings. So on our higher level, our desires are there for a reason and it wants to come to you. Like what you're seeking is seeking you. So the interesting part is it's all of our programming, all of our parent stuff, all of society's imprints, false matrices, false structures, and then spell work. A lot of spells put upon us through the word magic. Um, our our whole English language is word magic, and so a lot of what we speak is actually casting spells for against what we are trying to create and bring forth and manifest on this plane. So we're all starting to become more conscious, more aware with every day. This is the ascension process. And this year, the year of the dragon has been so pivotal in this process because it's our time. The astrology, the astrological alignments with the influx of these solar flares, it's Schumann resonance, it's God and the teams up there activating us. It's our time to ascend to the next level. We are ready. We have been through the muck enough. We've been there, we've mastered it. We've been there for who knows how long, how many cycles of what Kali Yuga it was, the Bronze Age, the Iron Age, the Suffering Age, you can call it, the Dark Ages. We've been there enough. So we are ready to ascend to a higher level. So this is our ascension process. And through the ascension process, what does that even mean? What does the word ascend mean? We're getting to a higher level of ourself, of our truth. And as a collective, we're learning more truth. We're ascending through the lies and the manipulation and the bullshit. BS. I don't know if you can swear on YouTube. So we're moving out of that as a collective. It's becoming blatantly obvious more and more and more. If you're still not there, that's okay. That's completely fine. But 1111. But if it's becoming almost, it's pretty much laughable at this point, the amount of manipulation and lies that we've been living. So with this video, I wanted to touch on something that I have been interested in and learning for a while, but it's really coming to fruition and deeper understanding, deeper comprehension, and activating me right now, as well as people who are learning this type of stuff like no other. It's really helping in this ascension journey, and it's making so much more sense. So yeah, this video I kind of wanted to touch on is as we're trying to learn more of our truth, because the truth shall set you free. That is the ultimate. It's the ultimate. So the whole world out there, the media, the manipulation, the brainwashing, the programming, they don't want there to be any truth. That's why there is so much censorship, false fact checking, twisting of the truth, twisting of anything that they want it to be. Truth is subjective, because if there is no ultimate truth and it's all subjective, then you have nothing to stand on. There's no foundation. And if information is light and the lack of information is darkness, and if God is light, God is all knowing, God is everything, all that is, then light is information. And so light is truth. So there is a higher truth. There has to be, for order and things. There's a higher truth. It can probably always be more to learn in that truth. So there has to be something there to stand on. So what we're doing with this ascension process is understanding our truth, getting to learn more of our truth, our soul's truth, as well as the external, seeing through the external falsities. So with this, where I'm going is, as within, so without. The external world is showing how much maybe our false self we've been living. and vice versa. Because of conditioning, because of society, so, chicken or the egg, what comes first? But society has been programming us since birth. Our parents were programming us, they were programmed. So society's been programming us to forget certain truths because we're not in touch with nature. We've lost the ways of the people of the earth, the true natives of the earth. They were in touch with spirit, the animals, everything. They saw it all as one being that they were an integral part of. We've lost that truth. We've been taught and brought into this world as something to conquer, being man, the smartest, we're at the top of the food chain and we need to conquer nature at all costs. They cut down all of the giant ancient trees way before we were born. They destroyed all of our true history. They burned all the old buildings that were beautifully architected, that showed a very advanced civilization before us, very advanced, with free electricity, free energy from the ethers. Our society has been hiding all of this spiritual truth, wisdom, and knowledge from each generation. We've been on a decline, literally. The movie Idiocracy just says it all. That's what we've been going through. So in that process, we have completely lost our true selves, which is connected with our soul, our oversoul, our Atman, our spiritual selves. We've lost our spiritual selves. Some people are caught up in religion and they think they have their spiritual selves and they have their own relationship with God in their own way. So they do. But how much is still manipulated, twisted, confused, and how much is dogma versus like knowing instead of believing the lies, believing. So how much is actual truth? And so that's the whole goal on this ascension process, is coming to the knowing for yourself through experiential knowledge. When you go through something firsthand, you know it. It's no longer believing it or hearing about it. You now know it. You've lived it. You have experienced it. So we are starting to know our souls deeper and deeper and deeper with all of these light codes, all of these activations and clearings. The astrology has really been helping us continuously shed and look at deeper levels of unhealed emotions, unhealed traumas. And so we can face them, so we can clear it. It's not ours. On a soul level, we are perfectly perfect already. We are whole, complete, and we are love. That is the ultimate truth. At your core, you are love. You are a lovely, loving being of light. And we're just tricked and manipulated to give up our power, to play small, to pretend we don't know, and we're little helpless creatures within this society matrix. In reality, we are the most powerful beings around, especially when we're coming from the love of our heart space and our true spiritual self. That's why they want to manipulate us, poison us, kill us, distort us, make us slaves, and weaken us at every level they possibly can. And for some of you, you're saying, who's they? If you're asking that, it's okay, because that's fine. It's just there are structures out there, external, which is also happening within. So everything happens for a reason. Even the darkness out there is happening for a reason. It's to help awaken you, to help you question things so we can move along this ascension journey. If you don't have any pain in your life, if you don't go through any suffering, you're not going to evolve or be strong or courageous or um, overcome anything. That's how you become who you are, is by overcoming challenges. We are always veering off our path and stumbling and learning. Oh, we have to correct. We have to learn our own hard lessons sometimes and get smacked back onto course. And this happens all the time. Something I just listened to was saying how one of the best things, um, if I can say this correctly, but your parents' unresolved traumas and how their effed upness is your greatest gift. It truly is, because there was a soul contract there that they were going to provide you these very uncomfortable lessons, horrible traumas and childhood experiences to help you grow. At the highest soul level, it is pure love. That soul contract is coming from a place of pure love. On this 3D physical plane, you don't even know how that there's even a drop of love in them sometimes. So this is why being in overcoming the attachment to the victim, to being a victim, or feeling sorry for the way your life has gone up until this point, is a waste of energy and space. And the great thing is we can clear it. Every second is a new now moment. You get to be fresh and start over. You can change your thoughts, your beliefs, everything in an instant. And we can clear old traumas without having to do much of the deep work. We do need to clear it out of our cellular body, however. The physical body, the cells, they have memory. So there's trauma there that is actually stored in the system, in the nervous system. And so we do need to heal those emotions by feeling them. So emotion work, shadow work is all very part of this journey, so that we can clear that stuck energy that's keeping us at a lower vibration. When there's pain and sadness and unprocessed emotions stuck in the body, that's what causes disease, sickness, depression, all of that stuff. You're not going to be able to operate in your truth and in your higher source self capacity if you're weighed down by all the emotions, all the traumas, all the baggage. So this year, as well as a lot of the previous years, a lot of people since 2020 just has been a non-stop clearing and upgrading and clearing and upgrading and going through it and going through it and going through it. It feels like, oh my God, I can't take anymore. Can I? How am I even still standing? To be honest, sometimes I just don't even know how. 2333, 2333. So yeah, it's been an intense ride. So we make it through always. Somehow we're still here. We're going. And now it's starting to get better and better and better. For the people who've been doing the work, so proud of you. So proud of you. You are a true warrior. It takes courage and it takes going through intensity, so much harshness, unbearable, seriously unbearable at times. So congratulations. I said that last time, but truly, you are a rock star. You are a superstar, and you are so needed. We need all of you warriors on this journey, stepping up, shining your light, becoming more of your true selves, becoming more of your authentic selves. Authenticity is the highest vibration. So when you are stepping into your truth, that is you're rippling the highest frequency out into our earthly plane, into the ethers. So you're a serious force of positive change when you are living in your authenticity and you've broken through the fears and programming. So much encouragement there. Keep going. We're doing great, guys. Now, what I wanted to say with astrology, that was a little rant there, kind of channeling. Um, what I've just come across to dive deeper in, especially in the last week or 2 weeks, it's clicked. It's clicked so much. Is I've been wanting to learn the 13-month calendar for quite some time. I know about Ophiuchus. I know about it being left out. I know about Sidereal Astrology. So if you're unaware of all of that stuff, that's okay for now. This is just a higher what do you call overview of another way that can help you reach more of your truth and more of your authentic self now more than ever before, because the time is now. So as we're shedding the old, we have to shed everything that is not us, that is not truth, that is not in alignment. So the old self is literally dying. The old society out there is literally dying. All the structures are collapsing. The truth is shining its light through all the corruption and all the falsities and all the systems that are not for humanity. They're shining light, they're piercing it like millions and millions of pinholes or knives. It's weakening it at its very core. So that's happening out there. That's also happening within you. So all of each activation, light code, astrology alignment, purge that you go through, emotional heaviness that you feel fully, those are the light pokes coming through. Poke, 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 poke. You're becoming more of your light body, more of your higher body, your true light self. So in this process, we need to continue to see and question what else is false that maybe we are following or still living in falsity with our false self. Where are we still giving energy to parts of the false self instead of our true self? So Western astrology Western astrology is one of those things, and it is used by 90% of people, especially in America. Tarot readers, everybody on the space, it's like 90% is Western astrology. So when you learn about sidereal astrology, how it is the actual right time in the now moment of where the constellations are and the planets are in that constellation at this exact moment. You can literally see it by looking at the sky. Every time the Western people are saying, oh, this is in Pisces, this full moon's in Pisces, or this is in this sign, it's not in sidereal. When you look at sidereal and you pull up the star app and you literally look at the constellations and you see it, it's in a different sign every single time. So there's sidereal astrology. Then you add in the 13th missing month, Ophiuchus, the 13 missing sign of astrology. And that changes everything again. So what I've been wanting to do for a long time is learn the 13 moon calendar and start living from that calendar, which I know I said I would have a video about that website, The Law of Time. I'll put a link in below the description box there. if you want to start learning it, I want to learn it because there is no time type thing, and it gets you on living in the correct now moment with the moon calendar, the moon cycles. And it's so cool how it works. It's going to be, I think, the calendar that we should adapt moving forward for the new earth that we will be building and living in and manifesting here. I think it is crucial that we will need some kind of calendar, and that one makes the most sense for me from what I've learned so far. But as far as your astrology, I like to use astrology. I like to understand what's going on with the month and with the moon cycles and with myself, where my different planets are and what houses I am in. So if I want to know more of my true self, I realized I want to be going off of the 13-month calendar, not the 12-month astrology calendar. So it brought up, some things, and I have found astrologers who are so amazing at the 13-month astrology, sidereal astrology. So I just found my new birth chart, and I went from believing my whole false self persona when I first learned astrology was that I was triple air, which makes a lot of sense for me. I'm all very philosophical. I'm always thinking, I'm always questioning the world. So I'm Libra, Gemini moon, Gemini ascending, rising sign. So that's triple air. That's a lot of air. I'm up here a lot. I think a lot. I'm very fast. I'm a lot of air, and a lot of people um, can't keep up with me at this level. So I always resonated with being a Libra. I love soft things. I love love. I've been indecisive a lot of my life. I love comfort and pretty things, ruled by Venus. I resonated with Libra. I'm also all about justice, the legal system, authority, and truth. So to me, it made sense. I was Libra, Gemini, Gemini, triple air. Made a lot of sense. Um, through the past, years when I've started diving into natural health, became a natural health practitioner, started learning about detoxification, um, iridology, all of the stuff that I do. Really was just lit a passion in me. It became my passion. And I was like, oh, I love this. So that was very interesting. And I got a Vedic reading from one of my Vedic astrologer friends, which I had never done. Vedic is the Indian method of astrology, has been probably one of the oldest, maybe Chinese and Vedic. I don't know which is older, but she told me that no, I'm not triple air, I'm triple earth. So I went from Libra, Gemini, Gemini to Virgo, Taurus, Taurus. So that was heavy. When you're programmed and believing your identity is a certain way, it is really hard to believe anything that you're something completely different. But over the last couple of years, I've been paying attention to both Vedic. Okay, I'll listen to the Virgo, I'll listen to the Libra. I'll see what resonates, and I'll take whatever resonates. I've been doing that a lot. So I'll listen to certain Taurus things and Gemini things and Libra things, or Libra things and Virgo things. And I'll just see what resonates more. And I'm like always trying to learn what resonates more. And I started realizing with Virgo, especially as I'm getting older, it was almost like a rite of passage for me. I probably learned this maybe when I was 33. So hey, that's a master number Jesus and all the Illuminati, all of that stuff. But it felt like a rite of passage for me to shift from my younger version of myself, which was triple air, Libra, Gemini, Gemini, and moving into my older self, my next phase, which I'm actually triple earth. I'm trying to be more grounded. I am learning more about shamanism. I am realizing I channel Native American spirits. I'm way more connected with the earth and animals. I have so many animal messages. Just yesterday, I had the craziest hawk experience, which I could talk about, and a snake experience, another one. So I am starting to realize, plus, Virgo is the sign that is all about being a healer, about health, the health sign. They're the sign. Hey, it's 555. A confirmation there. They're the sign of health and the maiden. And I was a tomboy for first half of my life. And as I've been healing and growing, I've been softening into my feminine again, where pink and purple were my favorite colors when I was a very little kid. And then I got away from that. I could never even look at pink or purple for a very long time. But as I am transitioning back into my feminine, I'm growing my hair longer again. I'm actually softening in every aspect of my life. And I feel like I am becoming more grounded. And with this knowledge, I am more grounded. I'm more able to implement more of my thoughts and my big picture overview because I'm a visionary. I have a lot of ideas of what to bring into this earthly plane. And so as I'm grounding them into the earth with more presence and softness, I'm seeing more traction. Everything is flowing easier. So this is really cool. I'm just saying this because I'm realizing it is like a rite of passage we have to go through of shedding our old self, maybe our false self that was riddled with all the projections and us not speaking ourselves, being shy, being playing small, all of our traumas, all of that stuff. And now as we're moving forward from here now, especially we're coming up on the solstice. This is halfway through the astrological year um, of this year. So this is the perfect time to be stepping up into more of your true self and learning more about your true self moving forward. So the 13-month sidereal astrology, I'm going to link two links down there below. One to my favorite reader, so you could get your chart read by her as well. Just listening to her YouTube channel, she's phenomenal. And then I'll have a link where you can just look up your own 13-month chart and you can see what all shifts. I mean, everything's different. All my houses are in different signs. I'm a completely new person. And so it's really exciting to step into this and start learning. I haven't got my own reading from her yet, but I want to start learning that more of our true self. So that's my gift to you guys, something that I've been learning and coming across, learning more about and seeing how much it is ringing true for me for these next levels of my life. I am seeing I'm very much enjoying this new information. So that's one aspect. The second aspect is numerology. The third aspect is human design. Now, all of those things change when you go based on the astrological calendar and not the Western or Gregorian calendar. So, yes. And when you go by the 13th moon, even your human design will change. And there is a 13-month way of doing, or it's the sidereal. I'm not sure if it is 13-month sidereal, but it is a sidereal human design chart. So you can get your human design done based on the astrology. And for those who don't know what I'm saying, the sidereal is like the active, where they are in the at the exact time that you can see it, but it's also going not on the Gregorian calendar, which has starts in our new year in the middle of winter, January 1st. It goes off of the astrological new year, which Aries is the first sign in the astrological new year. So it's going to start with Aries being the first month. So this is where numerology changes. Your numerology changes. If you know your life path number, for instance, I was life path number 1. It has made the most sense to me because I am a leader. I am a pioneer. I am a trailblazer. I do things before other people and then I teach it. So I set the path. I push the boundaries. I am that one going out before the herd to check it out, see how it goes. I'll try it. I'll jump off the cliff. I'll try it, see what bangs and bruises I get so you guys don't have to. So I resonated with life path number 1 to a T. But now that I've just learned, when you're going by the Gregorian calendar, October, oct means 8, octopus, 8 legs. So oct literally means 8. Why is it the 10th month? Why is it the 10th month? Why is October the 10th month? Sept means 7. Why is September the 9th month? No, September should be the 7th month. November, 9. November's the 9th month. Why is it the 11th? And December, decade. That's 10. Why the hell is December it should be the 10th month, December. Why is it the 12th month? So once you realize that question, that brings you to the astrology calendar, with Aries being the first month, not January. So that's going to be March. And then you go from there. That makes October the 8th month. That makes November the 9th month. That makes December the 10th month. So yada, yada, yada. You guys get it. But that changes your life path number. So when I did my life path number from October, what being the 8th month instead of the 10th month, that changes my life path from life path number 1 to life path number 8. And man, I got downloaded to read in the middle of the night my life path number about being an 8. So I started reading about that in the middle of the night. And let me just tell you guys, just like what I said earlier, I would have never ever thought I could be life path number 8 until what has been transpiring in my life within the last week to 2 weeks. Now that I'm seeing all this stuff and movement, I am blown away that I am life path number 8, and it's starting to make a ton of sense, complete sense. And so I'm very interested to see where, as my life continues to unfold, if I will embody life path number 8. So that's that there. I will link again the astrology and stuff below. I'll try to find the Sidereal Human Design. So if you're into human design, you could also do that, but there's a bit of calculating you have to do before you put in you have to go off of a different time for your birth time. So I'll put some of those links in below and probably touch on the human design again later. But I just wanted to share that with you guys. That was a long way of me giving examples about my personal experience of what I've been going through and what I have found is super exciting and pivotal part of this next leg of this ascension journey, helping me become more of my true self, where I'm not going to be trying to fit into boxes that probably aren't really my soul pattern or blueprint, so to speak. Now, I will say there's still gray areas because our years are all off. Everything's been manipulated. So if you're still going with the years, 1987, I was born in, we don't know if that's true or not because the calendar's manipulated. They supposedly add in another 1,000 years. So we're not going to go there for now. We're just going to stick with this. We're going to use the numerology as it is with your birth year the same still. But it's really cool if you guys want to play around with your life path number, calculating that with your Western astrology, or month being, October would be the 10th month with the Western, and then try calculating your life path number with the astrology months. So October being 8. Hopefully that gives you enough information of how to do that. So I would love to hear what you thought of this video, your feedback. If you've experienced this, if you've heard or started looking into your different charts, even if it's just Vedic or anything, or if you're still on the Western model, and there's a lot of fighting over it out there in the space, but no fighting here. We're just open to all ideas, and I'm just sharing what I'm learning and with all of you. So I hope this video helps you in some way because we're coming up on to this huge eclipse on the 17th. Again, it's another super moon. It's a lunar eclipse, 6:06 on the clock here. Now Western says it's going to be in Pisces, but when you can look up sidereal, what that'll be. So again, it's very fun to play around. I'm really starting to love this woman I found who does the 13-month sidereal. So she'll be linked below with her YouTube, and hopefully she'll do a video about this eclipse, this full moon lunar eclipse on the 17th of September. Okay, guys, love you so much. Good luck out there to each and every one of you. I'll see you next time.